So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Yeah, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Oh, it'll work if I work it. Good morning.
How are you?
That on switch is a powerful thing, isn't it?
Hi. Good morning.
And welcome back to the Madhouse. How y'all doing?
All right. How are you?
Holding on, yet holding on. Life is looking great. I have the Joe Morton and the Tracey Moore in the hot seat and on the tan line. Great news. We have season 2, Inside the Black Box, streaming right now on Crackle for free. And something about the word free motivates me. So I need to hear all about this because, for season 1, I was all excited to hear about it, get the inside scoop. But now that you're back for season 2, what's the level of expectancy that you have as the elevation of this project grows?
I mean, like anything else, you're always excited that you get season 2. That means that there's an audience out there that's appreciating the show, that wants to see more of it. And it's a greater opportunity for our audience, meaning the audience on screen, as well as the audience that's watching us from home, to listen to some very personal stories from the guests who come onto the show, to witness some incredible new talent that they've probably never seen before. I mean, we have a portion of the show called Blackwords, where we take a script that was originally shot or written for white actors and we give it to a black actor to perform in order to see if it changes the dynamic of the piece. So it's things like that I get excited about when I think of the show.
When we talk about equal opportunity and representation matter, being that on the screen, you see with us, so many are recycled, but in the industry, if it's not us, it's a new actor that pops up every single day. And the struggle, the story, it's not the same. So when you start hearing the stories in our voices and you start seeing the dynamics of saying that it's not just a great show because it was a great Black show, it was a great show because it was just that. How do you create that narrative and keep pushing it forward? Especially with you, Ms. Tracey, because I know that you're training. Oh, wait, I've been practicing too. I've been practicing. Do you see that dramatic pause? And I'm gonna work on it. By season 3, girl, I'm gonna be in that thing. You heard?
Okay. I need you to take your side.
While you're training all of those who are up and coming, or even the ones that are masters at their craft and they still come to you because they want to be better, how do you encourage them to stay true to who they are and not be so cookie cutter?
Well, it's about your experiences, right? Because acting is about truth. And so the experiences that you have wisdom, you have references. But for actors, I encourage them to constantly think outside the box for characters. Just because it says it's a Black actor doesn't mean that, or white actor doesn't mean it has to be a white actor. And especially working actors that I work with who have agents and managers representation, to encourage their team to also think outside the box, to also encourage their clients to read scripts or be curious about stories that they necessarily don't have the experiences of, because that's where the fun happens. Then it's about learning the journey of your character that you're portraying and understanding that experience, right? The other thing too is that as people of color, we think of ourselves, because this is our skin, as people of color. But my goal is always to push actors in a direction that they're seen as actors and not necessarily as people of color. And so there's more work out here because of streaming. There are more opportunities. And also, don't limit yourself to America. I teach in Amsterdam, and I saw 2 films over there with Black actors, and the films are not here in America. So, the fun, I think, I'm not an actor, but the fun is to have the ability to portray other personalities and live through other experiences and grow as a human being as well.
I love it.
I mean, it's as Tracey said, I mean, we will always be people of color. The idea is to teach them how to be artists.
That's good. You know, Mr. Joe, you portrayed so many different personalities and characters throughout your career, and you've bodied all of them. You know what I mean? There's not a role that you didn't go in and slay. I'm like, always, whenever it's you, we know what it is. But even while Miss Tracey is saying read other scripts and want to be a part of other programs, but now when you're pushing a narrative like this forward, you're also asking them to create the narrative and become the producers, become the writers, because there are so many other avenues. Don't wait for the script to call for you. You write the script that calls for them to notice. While you're over here and you're creating Inside the Black Box, we have season 2. Season 1 wasn't just something that you blinked and it appeared. That was a lot of skin in the game. That was a lot of waiting and effort that you all put in. Now with season 2, who were some of the stories that you were most interested in bringing to light?
I mean, you'll hear a lot of stories. I mean, Wendell Pierce is on the show this season. He talks about being in New Orleans to do Treme. He talks about the fact that he lost his home during the storm. He talks about the fact that he lost his mother. He tells a wonderful story where he apparently used to carry his mother to bed at night, every night. And I think just before she passed, I think he carried her to bed. And he said sometimes he would stumble. He said, but that last time she said, that was a good one. Mm-hmm. So you'll hear personal stories like that. You'll see an improv between 2 students where it's a young woman trying to get her lover to kind of not tell so many jokes, to be more romantic, to sort of be straight ahead. You'll hear Jeffrey Wright tell stories about when he was coming up as an actor and the teachers that he worked with that he lost to HIV/AIDS, and then coming to do Angels in America. So it's kind of the heart, if you will, the breadth of the show has gotten deeper and wider.
That's good.
And I also think too, I love the fact that Naturi Naughton, like sometimes aspiring actors think that when you get a job, you're cool. You don't have to trade anymore. You're great. You're going to work for the rest of your life. But to hear someone like Naturi Naughton, who, you know, had a stellar performance in Power and that character, to say, you know, well, you know, I do train, because I need, you know, tweaks and I need to constantly improve my craft. So that was encouraging to aspiring actors who are like, oh, wow, Naturi still trains? You train all the time. There's you can't possibly know every experience, every character, and that's where training comes in.
Right. And the both of you have seen the growth from season 1 to season 2. And now that we're here and it's streaming for free on Crackle, as we're prepping for season 3, because you know it's right around the corner. I see it. This is probably another 10 episodes that you're already brewing. What is the hope of Joe or Tracey for season 3, that unspoken element that you really want to see come to fruition for this?
Well, you know what I'd love to see for the show is right now we've sort of been concentrating on actors, directors, casting directors, and so forth. I'd love to bring writers onto the show. Tanahashi Coates would be amazing. I'd love to bring musicians onto the show. Wynton Marsalis, who was it? Audra McDonald, Diana Ross, and Andra Day all played Billie Holiday. I'd love to bring the 3 of them on the show together to talk about the experience of playing Billie Holiday. I think the show has the opportunity to bring stories of people of color that they've either portrayed or we've seen. I'd love to bring actors on the show who all worked with Cicely Tyson and talk about what that experience was like. You know, so I mean, if we could get Sidney Poitier on the show, I mean, that kind of thing. Harry Belafonte on the show. Yeah. I mean, because that's the history that we come from. So it's that kind of expanse that I'd love to see the show get into.
I love it.
And I'd also like for season 3 for it to, what we've created for the actors is a platform for them to showcase their talent. In season 1, we had actors, specifically casting directors and agents called me for those actors who performed in our show. So now what would be great in season 2 is for actors from season 1 who are working actors now to come back and talk about their experiences and the opportunities that were created for them inside the Black Box.
I love it. And you know, this is an extension of your office. I'm excited to have you back. I look forward to getting you back. Hopefully the next one is in person. So get to Louisiana and I have my script and all my lines together by then. You know, I got some more work to do, but I'll be there with bells on, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm proud of you, and I wish you nothing less but the best. Chase the sun or let the sun chase you, but either way, get after it. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
that's
Thank y'all
beautiful.
so much.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.